It's time for Around the Ozarks Wake Up Weather, brought to you by Command Family Medicine, Heating and Air Paramedics, The Trailer Ranch, Hewitt Messenger, and Taylor Grubaugh Chevrolet. Here's your host, meteorologist Abby Dyer.
Good morning, everybody. We made it to Tuesday, and yes, there's still some snowpack on the ground, and it's still cold in the Ozarks, but things are looking up for us a bit today in terms of temperature. Overnight, we had numbers fall back into the low teens, so it's a frigid morning. You need all the winter gear again this morning. Today, however, we may make it above the freezing point. Wouldn't that be nice? We will at least have the sunshine to enjoy today. So things are heading in the right direction for us. We do have temperatures that are warming up slightly. We'll call it a warm up, but still these numbers are cold for this time of the year. We've got temperatures starting out in the low teens this morning with afternoon highs at right about 32 degrees. Teens to start. So it's going to be frigid out there to start. I think by mid-morning we'll be in the 20s and then 30s for highs this afternoon. Mostly sunny. This will help with melting off that snowpack, especially in areas where you have attempted to shovel it away. The sunshine is going to do its job. It's going to warm up the ground a little bit, allow for the snowpack to melt off. Not entirely, of course. There's just way too much around, and temperatures won't be nearly warm enough to do a significant amount of melting. We've got upper 30s, though, in the forecast for this afternoon, so we should see some improvement in the forecast as we head into Wednesday, especially. Tomorrow is going to be one of the warmest days of the week with highs at about 37, well above the freezing point. I do think we do some significant melting tomorrow. Again, we're not melting off this snowpack. It's going to take some time to get rid of this. It's not going to happen this week. We've got another push of Arctic temperatures heading our way for the weekend, and I do expect that temperatures are going to be pretty brutal again as we head closer to the end of the week. There's not a whole lot happening across the country today, aside for some snowfall that's happening downwind of the Great Lakes region. Other than that, it's just cold across much of the country. There's also some activity out on the Pacific coast with some rain and snowfall out for our coastal communities. Today, though, temperatures, they rebound a little bit. We've got numbers at about 32. By Wednesday, that's when we really start to feel the warmer temperatures. In fact, we could be pushing 40 by tomorrow. I've got temperatures that cool down again as we move into Thursday night and Friday. Numbers fall back into the single digits and even sub-zero category. Friday night, we've got temperatures that are really going to be cold. Highs on Friday afternoon, again in the teens and 20s, and then 20s for highs on Saturday with low temperatures in the low single digits. So if you're already looking ahead, planning your weekend, looks like another indoor weekend coming up our way in the Ozarks. The good news is I don't think we have winter precip with this next round of Arctic air that is going to head our direction. Around the country, what's making headlines? Well, it's the fact that the eastern 2/3 of the country remains in a deep freeze. We've got lake effect snow downwind from the Great Lakes. I mentioned that. And this Pacific front is bringing low elevation rain and high elevation mountain snow to the Pacific Northwest and Northern California. You may see that in some of the national news headlines in the coming days. All right, it's time for that Around the Ozarks Wake Up Weather Brain Twister trivia question for the day. This one had to do with freezing rain because we saw that in the national news headlines over the weekend from our crazy winter storm. Which of these best describes how freezing rain forms, unlike sleet or regular rain? Well, if you chose A, you would be correct. Rain falls through the clouds, passes through a shallow layer of sub-freezing air right above the surface. And when those raindrops hit, they instantly freeze on contact. That's why freezing rain, in my opinion, is the worst type of winter weather because it just coats everything. And there's not really much you can do about it to clean it up aside for wait for it to melt. And many folks across the South know this after the freezing rainstorms and ice storms that came over the weekend. They're still trying to recover from a lot of the tree damage, the electrical outages around the Nashville area specifically, but also in Mississippi. So congrats if A was your answer. Here's the trivia question that I'll leave you with for tomorrow. How many United States states were significantly impacted by this recent major winter weather storm? It brought very heavy snow, crippling ice, and affected over 200 million people. How many states do you think this was considered a major winter storm? Do you think it was A, 9, B, 24, C, 34, or D, 40? of the 50 states. Let me know what you think. You can do that at the website. It's aroundtheozarks.com. Thanks so much for listening this morning to Around the Ozarks Wake Up Weather. Make sure you enter the brain twister trivia question because you could win a gift certificate to Chicken Salad Chick. Our winner is announced at the end of each week. And thanks to our daily sponsors, Command Family Medicine, Heating and Air Paramedics, The Trailer Ranch, Hewitt Messenger, and Taylor Gruba Chevrolet. Have a great one. Stay warm, everybody. Enjoy the 30s and the sunshine. I'll be back to chat with you tomorrow morning.